All right, let's get this going. Well, let's turn that mic down. I think it was a little hot last Monday. Okie dokie. So, what is it that I wanted to do? I needed to first start by getting an old version of this project because I want to steal that routing tool. New project tab, open project. I think it was the Crucible 1. Add it. What's up, Blue Smoothie? Good evening. Yes, it is the Duckers. There we go. Control C. And save these. Paste. Oops. Paste FX. There's no item in clipboard. Nice. Go me. Copy selected FX. Paste FX. There we go. And then we just have to set our routing. What's up, Squeaky? Drums MIDI. No audio. All MIDI to bus 2. What is it? Shift click? Nope. Alt click. I know there's a way to select everything here. It's not control. It's not. Okay. I thought there was. All right. Noted. Okay, let's unmute. Here's a little shuffle. All right. Now, today's focus is not going to really be primarily drums. I really want to get to work on some sound design in here. So let's remove envelope. Acceler Gaming. Play the FNF mod, hit single reel. What's up, White Hank? Espanita. All right. All right, time to mess with phase plant because it's been a while since I've been in here. All right, I need something to give it a little grit. You can't modulate the phase of what's going on, but there should be. Let's see. Modulate that to create an input. Oh, I could probably turn off. Can I turn it off? What's up, Goofy Meister Master? Nice. Good old deputized. The meme of memes. Ah, it ain't so bad. We turn off the output. Ah, so I could put that. I see. So if I put the auxiliary there, that's an auxiliary signal. And then that output goes on. Yeah. Nah, but there's no phase modulation to this. Okay. Noted. I never really used that much anyway. Deputize my beloved. Again, if you only knew. No, I'm kidding. You all know. It's already pretty, All right, bring you back. All right. Side note, gotta mention to Kilohearts, 10 out of 10 for adding undo within the plugin so I can actually Control Z while I'm working in the plugin. More people need to implement this. I was texting me. Oh, no one. Before we go modulating the shit out of it. So if you go square triangle, that's fine. Oh, we did pull the so remove the fundamental. Oh, we can just get rid of you. Leave it with this. So that's some jitter. Oops. Let's get rid of the jitter. Let's keep it kind of lean. All right, dear faceplant, if you want to make something cool, make a bandpass with the slope that's just like this, where I have this really nice block with 2 frequencies. That'd be really nice. Because now what I'm going to have to do, and I'm not super thrilled about that, is I'm going to have to create like a crappy bandpass with my own filters. Then we have to link them together. And they're not symmetrical, which drives me crazy. But Devin, you can use the... Yeah, I know. I can use the... Okay, actually, that's a good point. Talking to myself. Just give me what you have with the slice EQ. Huh? Because that'd be nice. That'd be a nice to have. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So now maybe I give this a little bit of... Do I macro it up? Or do I just send them to two different lanes? Let's send them to two different lanes. So we can send that to slot 2, and then this one's going to go to slot 1. And oh, you know what? Not gonna lie, they're gonna make a Project Nexus 3. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a while before you see anything like that. I mean, that was what, 7 years that Matt and Swain were like in the trenches on that. And I mean, I worked on it too, but they worked on it full time. I was definitely like a part timer. My wife got me this, and this is like the biggest bottle on the planet. Apparently, you're supposed to drink 3.7 liters of water a day. I don't know how that's possible, but I'm going to at least drink 500 milliliters and feel good about myself. Is there any way where you could make a stream where you criticize our songs? Absolutely could. I need to figure out how I would do that, because I need to set up kind of a place to send them, and then I need it to be a special place, so if I get spam, it's just easier to filter. But I could definitely do like a music critique kind of thing. Some people keep it for like Patreon. So like if they have a Patreon, they'll do demo submissions and then critiques, and they'll do it that way. Not that I want to be late stage capitalism, bill people for everything, but I also don't want to open the floodgates for a lot of crap. So in general, though, you're around all the time, so it'd be easy to just say, hey, shoot me an email with your thing, and I'll listen to it and take a look. I'm not that busy currently. We only got a handful of people coming on stream, right? But let's see. Damn, I did forget how flexible this was. Man, I should probably just go for really traditional neurofunk. Just something just grungy. Or... let's try off music. The 69 Fish. You ever gonna make a song like Killbot again? Like maybe some sort of song sequel? I've always loved Killbot the most out of your masterpieces since I heard it in MP and C. The short answer is probably not. I have opened up some of those project files and I have played with it, and it's a two-part problem. One, that song originally, and I have to be perfectly honest with myself, it was very derivative. I think within that year, Reptile by Skrillex came out. It was on a bunch of movie trailers or like game trailers or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I try to kind of make something like that. So it's not wholly original. The other problem, and more importantly than that, because what is really original these days anyway, the more important than that is that 110, or really that song was 103 BPM, it's too slow to like the rhythms that you can make in that at least in my opinion sound good are really hard to make sound good when they're fast or when they're even slower. You drop down to 90 and 80 BPM for like a hip hop, trip hop track, it's going to drag. It's going to feel super slow. And as soon as you bump it out to house, you have to fundamentally change the rhythm on how it sounds. I have tried to kind of come up with like a sequel idea for it, but I think that one's just a one and done. I don't have a good way to revisit it. Don't really have a great way to remix it. Yeah, kind of. It's just going to be in a vacuum, unfortunately. A moment in time. I don't think this needs... Actually, I lied. Let me try noise generator. Add a little bit of grit to each of these. I could do AM or I could do phase. We're gonna go with phase. What do we set? 22 degrees? 22 degrees. That's a bit much. Want that to be white noise. It's got a nice crisp to it. Just enough buzz, like without width. It's just a nice little touch of grit. That's really nice. Yeah, sometimes this interface is a little fiddly, but boy, it works in general the way you need it to. And I like the whole dropping effects into these little buses is really nice. You can kind of collapse everything. Like, it's not perfect. Again, I'm having to emulate it in Wine, so that already slows it up some. Okay. Let's go with the plain ass neurofunk groove. Let's try it. How do I turn off note audition? I'm gonna guess it's not here. It's gonna be in the menu somewhere. That's okay. I had it. Oh, it's right click. Shift right click. Thank goodness. Okay. So it's shift right click. Can write that down. My production journal with now all of my Reaper notes as I'm going along, so I'm not totally lost. Okay. Risk of Rain 2. Go. We haven't been playing that so much in our group. Not for any real, like, important reason. It just hasn't been... It's been a lot of Destiny. Okay, mute. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with a little stutter. Okay, that's an interesting behavior. So if I drag a note into another note, it will overlap, which has a lot of useful applications, except when they're repeat notes. So repeat note overlap. So I need to make sure that I don't extend a note beyond its play point when they're next to it. Or I got to find a setting to prevent that from happening. Not super important, just keeping a note of like weird shit that I notice as I go, because then I can research it later. Yeah, what I ended up doing on, I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday this week, and I had some help from, oh, I'm going to butcher his name. Hang on, pull it up for a sec. He's been on stream before, but he's been helping me out in the back. And Rana Joy, Rana, he does also use Reaper. Anyway, he sent me a bunch of videos to kind of do homework. Shout out. Those have been very helpful. And then I've been doing research on my own time. So I solved most of the problems I was having on Monday. And I'm just kind of keeping notes as I go for things that I want to change, fix, or kind of keep an eye out for in the future. And actually, this was kind of funny. Here, let me pop open the main camera. I promise, once the distribution of OBS has global commands, I will plug this back in and I'll actually have my hotkeys to switch between cameras, but they haven't implemented it yet on whatever fork is out there. But anyway, so I feel semi-validated in my choice to use Reaper. For one, and this is a group I've been tangentially following for the better part of 10 years. They're called the Teddy Killers. They primarily do drum and bass, and I've always heard their stuff kind of on and off over the last, like I said, 10 years. And I'd be like, oh, they're cool. And then kind of put that in the back pocket. Well, very recently I saw them come up as one of the remixers for Noisia. And Noisia's since kind of broken up as a band, but they're really good drum and bass producers. And they had a handful of like S plus bangers out there, right? And one of my favorites was Dead Limit. And so Teddy Killers is listed as the remixer. And I'm like, ooh, that's going to be a tough sell, because most of the time when people remix something, in my opinion, they don't do a good job. They go off the rails in a way that's like uninteresting, or they don't do, what's the word I'm looking for? They go off the rails and then it's no longer got the what made the original great. And then other times it's just they didn't do anything at all, and so you could have just played the original song, right? Well, these guys straddled the line and absolutely blew me away and improved upon the original. That'll be the only version I'd ever play out if I was playing a gig. I wouldn't play the original Dead Limit anymore. I'd play theirs. And then I'd probably double it up with like a cool vocal or something. Anyway, I start following. That is the thing that got me to start following them again. So I'm like, okay, I really should give them a real, not chance, but like I'm going to go through their catalog. I'm going to go follow their stuff and kind of, now I'm a fan. So as a fan, oh, that's my wife. I'll check on you later. Non-emergency. So I end up following them, and then they actually do a Patreon, and they also do kind of like live, kind of like what I do. They'll produce live, and their main, or I'm assuming the main producer is the one that's on all their streams. He uses Reaper, and that's the first time that I've seen like a pro EDM person, at least the one in the ones that I've followed, use it, which validates my choices as a producer. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm on the right track. Somebody else uses this seriously, and it can be done. The problem is, his is so fucking customized. He has a theme. Everything and all the little shit that I'm noticing, it's like he's got shit everywhere. He's probably got a ton of plugins, ton of extensions, and I'm just like, I really hope it doesn't take all that to like be comfortable working in this environment. I know a little bit of that's going to be the case where you're like, yeah, you have to fiddle with shit to make it more optimal for whatever, right? Yeah, I understand what you mean. Lothai did a great job on his remix of Whistleblower. Yeah. Yeah, it's remixing is very hard, and it's actually something that I don't really do that much anymore. The only reason I can get away with it with the next tapes, I could fail at both of those missions, and it's my own shit. So if people don't like it, they can go scratch, right? It's like, oh, you didn't keep to the original. It's like, well, it's my song, so whatever. It's is you only used one ARP from your original. It's like, yeah, because it's mine. But it's harder for me to justify doing that to other people's work because I'm going to come from it as a fan. And if I don't feel great about how I finished it, I'm going to feel kind of lame. Case in point, I have a handful of duds in my old catalog that are real bad. There is a Pour Some Sugar on Me remix of Death Leopard that I did forever ago, and it's awful. It's like Kill Body, but worse. It's not good. I did a very okay remix of The Champ by Wolfgang Gartner. That I did in a weekend. So for it being done in a weekend, that was like okay. But I kind of looked at it like whatever, dude. The Daft Punk remix, it was more of a Daft Punk mashup where I took Thriller, Thrill Her, that electro jaunt I did a few years back. It was like it was from the Random Access Memories album. It was Get Lucky, threw one of their other vocals in there, and then I kind of rounded it out with Harder, Better, Faster. That was a jam. One of the few times I've just fucking nailed it, but that was just a mashup. That wasn't a proper remix. What other ones were terrible? There's some that never saw the light of day. I did the Rooster. I forget what the original band's called, but it's got a great vocal, and that sucked. That just never got finished. I did a really mediocre Queen remix. That was bummer. That's bad. Yeah. So I don't do it anymore. I have to really like it, and I have to have a really good idea to do it. If I got solicited, right? If somebody's like, "Hey, we're gonna have you be an official remixer for this thing," and I like it, then great. But I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough thing to approach. So once again, kudos to Teddy Killers. They absolutely fucking crushed it. And it's not only did they crushed it on a song that is like almost meme level popular in drum and bass. Dead Limit is like one of their most popular songs ever in a genre where there's only so many of those, like Rocket and a couple others that just everybody plays. Mr. Happy, they're all staples, and that's one of them, and they crushed it. So it's like, all right, you crushed it on one of the hardest things to crush. Good job. Pressure was on, I bet, but they did it. Anyway, all right, back to this. Actually, unfortunately, before back to this, I have got to use the restroom. So I'm going to use this. And we don't need that. There you go. I'll be right back, guys. I'm alive. Hi. I did not fall in. I'm fine. Everything's fine. My ass is just on fire, but it's fine. Okay. I think I want to be able to drag with middle mouse. So I am definitely going to put that on my list of things to change in the settings. So drag, middle mouse. And then scroll up and down. Yeah, I don't like that horizontal scroll. So scroll up or vertical. And what do I think when I'm... I actually don't mind that. Control click and stay there. Oh. Shift isn't even mapped. Okay, so then shift scroll can be horizontal. Okay. That's for me for later. Thing again, we're kind of part of this process because it's also damn customizable. It's just figuring out what I intend to do naturally. And that was not what I intended to do naturally. Okay. Let's alt click to get rid of it. Okay, why isn't... Can I select those and just kind of drop them at my pointer? Okay, so they're at that point. Tell you one thing I do like about this over Bitwig is the sensitivity of dragging things. Like I can get really granular. Oops. Is there an even shorter? So it moves 0.5% each time. That's pretty good. Mm. So I noticed that there's a little bit of lag in here, but it's not too terrible, right? I mean, that's just visual fidelity. It begs the question, does Phaseplant have hardware acceleration? I don't think it does. I may want to double check with the bridge people to see if there's any ways to optimize and make this prettier. But again, we're kind of emulating it. Kill hearts. Please make a Linux native to do it. Do it, and I will be your champion for all time. That's the only thing Vital has on you today. The only thing. As soon as you have a Linux distro version, you make it Ubuntu only. People break it apart and put it into Arch. It'll be fine. Please. Your whole suite would be great. Or, I don't know, optimize your stuff to where Wine will pick it up really easy. I don't know. It's close. It's working pretty good. I'm probably not going to have any real problems with it. But I'd feel a lot better if it was native. Okay. Pretty please. Sugar on top. I just sent a bunch of stuff for my editor to go take a look at because I don't like watching myself for hours on end, so I don't cut those clips together. But I have a very nice person that does. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of just me complaining clips from this last 6 months. And it's going to be like, Devin's just soliciting developers to make shit for him because he doesn't want to deal with Windows. Which, by the way, I was totally right. I was totally right to switch to Linux. And y'all heard it here second. I called it like a year ago. Windows Copilot laptop. They're going to have snapshots of all your shit on the computer that you cannot get rid of. And it's going to be accessible only to you for now, which means nothing. Total security risk. They're going to shit the pants. Oh, I was right. They're going to shit the bed. Someone's going to hack into these laptops and pull all the shit off of it. All the prawn you've been watching, all the things you've been saying, all of it is going to be pulled in. And that's just the beginning. Well, Devin, that's only local on your machine is where they're storing their shit. Yeah, for now. The AI machine needs to get fed and it needs data. The advertising machine needs to get fed and it needs data. As soon as I am done playing Destiny, because it's the only fucking game that has battle eye restrictions on Linux, I am totally deleting the Windows 10 that I got on there, and it's done. I'm no longer Windows main. Game Pass is done. They've already fucked themselves on their console, so it's like I don't need Game Pass anymore. I'll go get a PlayStation, and then I'll get rid of Game Pass on PC because they'll never put it on Linux anyway. But yeah, I was right. They're going to spy the ever-living shit out of you. Give it time. Join the Linux crew because anyone who's stuck, it's either join Apple for thousands and thousands of dollars or go boot up Ubuntu and like have a happy life in private. I called it. Last year when it started feeling weird. It started feeling weird that Windows was, that they leaked the image of them testing advertising within the file explorer. So when that happened, I was like, ooh, that's not good. Then OpenAI got acquired, or the partnership stake, whatever that ended up being. And I'm like, I know that they are going to smash it into and make it Cortana 2.0. on the machine. They're going to have deep level permissions, and they're going to try to track your telemetry, and then eventually obfuscate it in a way that it's not personal data anymore. It's just salted. It doesn't mean it's you. It's you're fake, not you. Even though every bit of advertising that does that today knows exactly who I am and sells that crap to everyone. So it's like, yeah, it's horseshit. It was all horseshit all the time. They're going to be super invasive privacy destroyers, just as bad as Google has been, just as bad as Facebook has been. Now Microsoft has entered the chat. We want your data too. Oh, as soon as they said it too, it's like, oh, all these snapshots, all these AI snapshots for the AI chip to look at, they're only on your computer and they'll only ever be on your computer. Baloney. Bologna. Bologna. Anyway, so kilohertz, make native Linux plugins, please, because Windows is going down the tube real quick. Anyway, rant over. But music time. I'm good. Thanks for listening to my not so TED talk. Well, it's just like taking snapshots is hilarious because it's all the time. So, but it's like everything on you do on your computer, and we're human beings. Like we do and say things on the machine. That's like super private. You shouldn't have any of that ever. It's bad enough that they invade our privacy as bad as they do today. It's only getting worse. So it's like fleeing a sinking ship. It's like if Linux is a dinghy, I'll take the dinghy that I can strap logs to and keep it moving until the end of time. I don't need to be on the death knell spiral of doom that is the Windows collapse. Ugh. Honestly, the real hope. Okay, the rant almost over. Damn it. The only thing I really hope is that this laptop comes out, does well, and then some like hacker group compromises all the machines and leaks way more private shit than has ever been leaked before. Or it comes out that like China figured out how to hack them and then got all sorts of state secrets off of government laptops that had this shit on there. That would be the nuclear bomb of the digital world. The press starts talking about it. Your parents start talking about it. I guarantee when that all happens, then people like normal ass people will be like, hey son, how do I install Linux? It's like, I'll show you. And then you get them set up and they never have to think about it again. Here's Pop OS, Dad. Go nuts. You can play Sims 3000, SimCity 3000 on it. Really? Yeah, you're good. You don't have to think about it. And them Chinese won't be spying on me. It doesn't say that, but you know, some older boomer people outside of the geriatric millennials like myself, they'll be saying it. But yeah, you need some scandal. You need this to blow up in such a catastrophic way where it's like Marjorie Taylor Greene's laptop is leaked and all of her bourgeois pics have been leaked to the internet and there's outrage everywhere. It's like, okay. Or I don't know, but anything. Any catastrophic leak that is like super personal and super private just goes everywhere. If you have Windows in your machine, consider that it's not only yours. Yeah. And I do not have the illusion that what? Okay. So I don't have the illusion that whenever I'm using anything, like I use YouTube, my data is being tracked while I'm on YouTube. I use Facebook. I know this. And I try to segment myself off from it. I use a decent browser. I've upgraded to a better one, I think. I hope Brave is better. But I try to be cognizant of how I use my computer. There's certain things I don't do on my personal computer because I'm like, I don't want that to be compromised ever. So I have contingencies for that kind of thing. I use VPNs when I'm on networks that I don't know, like that kind of shit, like basic safety stuff. And I know that like there's things that they're just going to get from me anyway. I don't need them to get the whole they don't need to cross the moat into the castle and just be ramming me from the behind. It's like, no, I don't want them in here. And eventually people have said that like, oh, well, you'll be able to disable it at like the kernel level. You'll be able to drill down and remove components that'll make it ineffective. Eventually that won't be possible. And the proprietary technology is really hard to reverse engineer. That's why, in case in point, that's why NVIDIA drivers on Linux blow chunks, because there's no open source alternatives that aren't trying to reverse engineer things. It just gets prohibitively difficult, so nobody ever does it. And then it stays proprietary, and then it's drilled down and locked in. So, PSA, Windows is about to become really terrible. You should consider Linux, even if it's hard to use. And it's all, and there's no, the funny part, this isn't some conspiracy, right? There's not somebody trying to like seize power or some horseshit. It's money. It's just the lines got to go up and the shareholders got to be happy. And this is the way they can milk more money out of the game. And it's like, okay, eventually you just got to quit playing the game because we're all losing bad. All right, now for fun stuff. Back to gaming. And another thing. No, back to producing. We're good. All right, what do I want you to do? So I've got this nice shuffle. Oh, right, that's not accurate. Whoops. All right, that's a little bright. Hey, it's Simon. What's up, Simon? We got Nicholas Flaminio 555. What's up? I actually quite like that. We need something kind of like creepy. Creepy McCreeperson. I really gotta fix this scroll wheel. That is driving me crazy. I keep trying to do it too. Like it's intuitive. I'm trying to click on it. And hello, Simon, once again. Oh, that's okay. You ain't late. You're fine. Maybe a little late, but... Oh yeah, where... I didn't even check. What is my sub peaking at? I really need to find a meter that shows it accurately. That looks to be about -3. Alright, what's gonna be, like, creepy? Well, first off, this piano thing's a no-go. I think that's a little too happy. You know what? Keep it simple. Root note monophonic, kind of dissonant. Oop. What's keyscape? I don't know what that is. Ugh. Hmm. Keyscape. Keyscape. Let me try that again. Keyscape, huh? Let's see. Pop you up. Spectronics. Oh, okay. Those guys. Yeah, the sample monsters that are way too expensive. I don't know how you're gonna make that. Do you have? It's not the software that makes them. It's the samples, dude. Like they have so many. Like I can only imagine how much recording time was spent to get that much like fidelity thrown in there. The only thing you could do is like steal all those samples, but even then, that stuff is all like in a proprietary format. It's kind of a haze to pull out. Not that I looked into it at all. I forgot about this sound. Zip, self-eater. Oh, how's this supposed to ping pong? Oh, don't tell me I have to automate it. No, okay, it's got it. Lockney. Locknar. I'm sitting on my butt today. You can't even give me shit for it. Well, maybe you kind of go funky with it. And it's just a little bit, it's always pendulum-y when you do that little funky riff. Hmm. And you got like the jump up vibe. How did it feel to getting called Andrew Tate JJ? That meant nothing. Fuck that guy. He's a troll. He's gonna go to jail and get butt plugged in, what is it, Belarus in prison? No, I forget. I could take a joke. I look way better than that doofus. The comparison to Vsauce, though, that felt good. I like him. He's good. He's got good vibes. He's got good vibes. But what did I think of the Andrew Tate one? I didn't think much of it. I hate that they kind of stole that. Nobody wants to do that style of like melody. Through the whole burn. I want to do it. But then I'll be like, it charges too much I pension. To be that damn rude to him. Dude, you know the stories. Hate's a fucking douche. It was like he was keeping cam girls like locked up and shit. That was fucked. Fuck that guy. Of course it would be rude to him. That guy's like, that's more than an asshole, man. He's gonna go do like time. Oh yeah, this was a sound I never finished. Mm. Remember that Christian dude or whatever his name is that says he's still in your basement? Oh yeah, Christian O. I don't think he's been on recently. That was funny though. That was pretty funny. This is when he like straight up Kool-Aid Man's through the wall, like I'm free. Oh God, he was here the whole time. That's a cool sound that I never found a use for. Sounds like something. Do you know what it is? New? Sounds like it sounds like a dial tone, like some kind of janky phone. Um, Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, right. We should probably put a clipper. We'll put a limiter on this, just to keep the bus clean. Hard clip. Yeah, just to keep it from going above. Doesn't need much. Not loving that. Hang on. Send it by the afters. By the way, when after going to come out to Spotify? Most of the the next tape stuff probably isn't going to be a Spotify release. I'm not wholly against it because they're more of like an experiment. Like it's a short-term experiment thing that I'm doing for fun. That being said, when all of them are finished, maybe I put it out like a release next year. I don't know though. It's more like they're freebies anyway. Like they're free on SoundCloud for download. So if you want to pick them up, they are free, FREE. So go pick them up. I don't think I do a release on Spotify. Also, not for nothing, I am trying to fill my catalog in with things that aren't Madness related on Spotify, so the algorithm will quit recommending me to game people. Because I really do need to start punching into like drum and bass and EDM audiences. So that's another reason I don't really want to muddy up that algorithm, which is already being absolutely walloped by the MPN soundtrack. Actually, just for grinsies, I can pull it up. Oh, I'm not logged in. But next time, I can pull up my Spotify for artists. It's like, here, I'll tell you. Pull up on the phone. Here, we'll do one of those. Okay. So just in the last 30 days, right? The streams. My top 5 things. For number 5, you've got Atomic Flux with 360 plays. Number 4, you've got Accelerant with 585 plays. Then you've got Molder with 1,917 plays. Oh, and I guess, insert album cover here is it's because it's got Madness songs on it. So, but the MPN OST and insert album cover here together have 100,000 plays. So it's one of those things like the algorithm, because there's so many hits on the soundtrack, I'm just kind of getting pushed into video game soundtrack playlists and stuff like that. It is what it is, but it's like I can't add more to that and make it even worse, because it'll just be, Madness, and then end next tapes. Like, the algorithm will probably do something screwy with me if I try to do that. That's not to say it's a no, but it's a hard maybe minus, if that makes any sense. Anywho. I do not know what to do here. This is a toughie. I really like that sound. Oh yeah, there was something here. What was it? I looked it up earlier. It's oops. Don't screw up the moderator. They're released. The next tapes are for free. You don't have to buy them. Plus, you would, even with like the amount of money you donate, you would probably, I just send you an email with the files, like, here you go. But they're already free on SoundCloud. You can go pick them up. By the way, I know how many downloads are there. Nobody's downloading them. So go download. If you want them, go get them. Okay, what am I looking for? Those are recommended settings. I'm not looking for that. These are the mouse modifiers. Shit, did I forget that? Yep. Okay, did not write that down. So I need to, there's a way to collapse this into its glue items, right? Yes. Does that loop now? It totally does. It's glue, not join, not consolidate. Their word is glue. Glue. Oops. Oh, okay. Now we can try. How do I create a... Nope. I can loop that. By the way, this right here, Ableton doesn't have and Pitwig doesn't have. Guys, you need to have this. You need to have a clip selection that you can kind of drag around like this, because that is awesome. Oh, and so these things get saved in something called the media pool. And I'm noodling around, but the fact that the media pool exists, I can save this to the media pool and pull copies of it. And anytime I change one, it's going to be all the other ones. Oh, what's up, Matthew? Yo, didn't think I'd ever catch one of these. Been a big Madness fan since early Newgrounds. Hell yeah, brother. Me too. Goes back a long ways. Let's see. If I saw the guy who called me Edward Tate, I don't care. Seriously, I don't care. Let's see. Ooh. I mean, that could be a thing. I'm 10. Leave me alone. All right, get this back over. Same thing here. So automation. Look, I fucking love that. See, that is when I might be frustrated with this program, but when it does something cool, that's something that none of the other programs have done. Period. To date, they have not done that. Which makes no sense to me, but whatever. Alright, I definitely need to find a theme that's a little easier to read because I can't see. Like these buttons right here completely disappear. I cannot see them. I'm kind of operating on instinct on this. Can I put the MP trailer on the radio, or is that scale? Yeah, they they did some stuff with that trailer. I think no, well, especially the live action one. They had hired a composer to write that stuff, so they're the owners of that. While I'm technically the publisher because it's like Madness motifs and whatever, and I retain publishing. That's a them permission thing. The one with the hot dog. I still think they wrote something for that. I honestly, it's been a minute. I don't remember. I'd have to like listen to it again. Is it like it's not just me, right? This blue color is like impossible to see. Feel like that one meme. It's like I can't read it. All right, noted. Automation lean colors, which again, that's probably picking a theme to kind of play with. Theme shopping. That sounds pretty tight. All right, we need to fix something here. Oh, this is interesting. Can I don't think I can enable. Yeah, that's only on. Okay. Those feel so damn flat. I'll have to revisit those hats and figure out what's not working. That. That right there doesn't sound right. All right. I mean, that's cool, but is that a song? I hate those hats. I need to fix those hats. It's just like very rigid. Those got messed up. Oh, because I do those drag together? They do not. Oh, interesting. So you have to drag the whole. You drag this, they all come together. Can I select all of them? No, wait. Okay, so you just have to select them. That's fine. So back to you. Damn it, I just found a button for that too. Click to add MIDI clip. Click. MIDI. Ah! Edit. Insert. Well, I think I'm gonna have to play around with this some. The nice thing, I can just bring these back, can't I? Oh, it did save those? Okay, it saved my let go. I'm like, oop, cancel. I'm liking it, not loving it. I think there's some things to fix for sure. Don't save that. I'm definitely learning as I go. There's something of an idea here. I like the drums. I don't like the hats. I just have to find the groove. I got to find those main bass ideas and then kind of build on top of that. I want to lean into like older neurofunk where it's like really grimy and spooky vibes and kind of noisy. Definitely going to need some TLC though. But progress. We are making progress in Reaper Town. All right, I'm going to save that project and close. So yeah, good shit. This is and a good hey, first time I've done like a over almost 2 hour stream. Look at that. Woo. I don't have any obligations today. That's kind of why. Well, I'll be back at it on Monday. That should go well. Kind of the same thing. I have a little bit of homework to do. Keep figuring out Reaper. Kind of find which things are fiddly that I don't like and how to work around them. I feel like a theme's going to be one of the first things I need to grab because some of that shit's really hard to see, and I'm not even that blind, but it's strained. My eyes are strained. Simon, I'll check that out in a minute. I see you, so I'll give it a look. I'll let you know. Glad to have made it, Locknar. Hope. Dang it. Hope it's cooler where you are. It is hot as shit, but I'm okay with that. I like the heat, so that doesn't bother me much. In other news, so I did post about this the other day, and I'm just kind of letting y'all know because you guys are the real ones. I'm working on a project with my wife. She is an artist and a graphic designer, so we're going to test out an idea for printing some shirts at the house. And because of that, that affords us the opportunity to kind of work on a special project. So thinking of doing like a Slime Dude t-shirt. It looks like there's some interest here to do that. So just keep that in mind. I'm probably going to post about it. I can't promise it's going to be super cheap, but we are making them here at the house. So it's going to be cheaper and better than like a Teespring or whatever, but it'll end up being something like probably around 20 to 30 bucks per shirt, and then you got to cover shipping. So it ain't gonna be the cheapest thing in the world, but it's gonna be a limited run because it's gonna be super experimental. We're not gonna like mass produce these. We're gonna make like 20 of them. So save up some cash if you're interested in that kind of thing. If not, don't sweat it. We'll take orders as we get them. But that'll be in like a couple months. That'll get a little closer to that. In other news, not much. If you guys are on Spotify, try and add all the non-madness stuff to like an EDM playlist. I know that's a silly ask, but that shit helps. And make sure to like and follow and subscribe at all the relevant places. Obviously, you guys are here, so kind of preaching to the choir on this one, but anywho, what else? Anything else? That's about it.